So according to reports, the Andy Ruiz Anthony Joshua 2 pay-per-view record is actually a record. They actually set a record for pay-per-view. It's a record of apparently 1.6 million pay-per-view buys for the rematch of Andy Ruiz. And one thing that's actually surprising is that the amount to pay was actually put up from £19.95 to £24.95. So this figure actually shows, this 1.6 million pay-per-view buys actually shows how much people really wanted to watch this fight, and how much Anthony Joshua can actually still draw, how much fans and how much pay-per-view buys Anthony Joshua can still draw, even despite being knocked out in the first fight. So this just goes to show that Anthony Joshua is still the cash cow of the heavyweight division, despite being knocked out by Andy Ruiz. So this is definitely a record, and another thing that this does is that it puts it gives Anthony Joshua definitely an upper hand in negotiating a potential what do you call it now, undisputed fight with potentially Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. Because if you're selling 1.6 million pay-per-view buys, especially after being knocked out in the first fight, and setting even charging £24.95 for the fight and still being able to generate pay-per-view buys of 1.6 million, this shows how much fans you can actually draw to watch certain fights, watch your fights. Because can Tyson Fury draw 1.6 million pay-per-view buys? Can Deontay Wilder draw 1.6 million pay-per-view buys right now? Even between themselves, they can't actually draw that amount of pay-per-view buys. I don't think they got up to 1 point. I don't know if they even got past a million buys. I'm not sure. I have to go double check. But hats off to Anthony Joshua being able to get this. Hats off to both men actually. For being able to pull off this kind of number in pay-per-view buys, because they've definitely generated a lot of money. Because if you've multiplied 1.6 million by the £24.95, that's definitely a lot of money in both men's pockets. So now the ball's in the court of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury in February 22, I think the fight will be. Will they be able to live up to this same margin that Anthony Joshua set of 1.6 million? Because Tyson Fury is actually with the WWE. A lot of people have been ridiculing Tyson Fury for going on WWE. Technically, it's actually a smart move by Tyson Fury, because he's got the persona for WWE. I think he's calmed down in terms of his antics these days since his comeback. But Tyson Fury generally not. He's got the persona for WWE, and he's increasing his awareness. He's increasing fan awareness of himself in the United States for him to hopefully generate more pay-per-view buys for his rematch with Deontay Wilder. So we have to wait and see what they'll be able to generate for that fight. But 1.6 million pay-per-view buys for the Andy Ruiz rematch. I think I saw on another website that this actually might be a British record. This might be a UK. Yeah, breaks UK pay-per-view record. So this is actually a UK pay-per-view record. So this is the highest amount of pay-per-view buys but from any British fight, whether it's heavyweight or cruiserweight or middleweight, it doesn't matter. It's the highest grossing pay-per-view buys for the fight, and they definitely got a lot of money, charging £24.95. So yeah, that's a lot of buys. I'm not sure what the splits will be for between Ruiz and Joshua, but I'm assuming Joshua's going to get majority of the splits. Majority percentage of the splits, considering he's going to get I'm not sure if it's true, but he's supposed to get a reported $85 million, and Ruiz gets a $30 million. So that's what it's stated as. And then when you add the pay-per-view buys and other things that they're probably going to get on top of that, they're probably both going to make a lot of money. And hopefully Ruiz doesn't lose himself. And go start spending the money, because Andy Ruiz Sr. and some Boxing Social and IFL TV interviews, he's not been pleased with the way his son's been behaving during the camp and everything. So maybe that loss for Ruiz is probably good for him in terms of as a bringing down to earth moment for him. because making him more humble and knowing his priorities for future fights. But yeah, we look forward to 2020. What's 2020 gonna bring? Is Joshua gonna? He's probably gonna be taking on Pulev, Usyk, one of the two of them, or maybe both of them. Who knows? And then hopefully we can get a unification with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury after their February 2020 bout. And then I'm gonna make a video talking about that fight later on at some point. But yeah, let's just wait and see what happens in 2020, man. Peace out. Cool. British record, British pay-per-view record, big numbers. Eddie Hearn probably smiling to the bank. Sky Sports smiling to the bank. And AJ himself definitely smiling to the bank. Peace out, guys. Cool.